At first glance, this video is going to seem very unlike my others, but it's really just following up after hacks again, this time in our bathroom. We have a 110-year-old house, and for about 20 years, this was a rental property, and people just did things the fastest, cheapest way. And it's been a long process of undoing that. I had to I'm replacing all the towel bars and the toilet paper holder and all that fun stuff. The towel bar you see there above you has been replaced, at the top there. I had to replace it because it's a 24-inch wide gap, and the previous people installed them 24 and a half inches apart. So the bar kept falling out, and eventually it all got bent up. And, it looks okay now. It's level, though the house isn't quite. But I had to put some caulk in to cover their old bad holes because their holes were too far apart. I couldn't just put them in the same spot, only the correct width, because they would have overlapped and cracked. So I've got a little bit of caulk in there to hide it. This bathroom is going to get redone probably about 5 years from now. I'm going to redo the whole thing. So this just has to be nice enough until then. But this hole is not as high as this old hole. So nothing was ever level. And it's really not that difficult to say. That's 24 inches versus 24 and a half inches. And they didn't really have it centered on the window either. But that's relatively minor and easily done. Let me show you the real hackery. So, 112-year-old house, 110-year-old house, plaster and lath walls. They use these giant drywall anchors, and it went in there, and then it hit the lath on the other side, and the anchors just bent over and broke, and that pressure bulged the wall out on the plaster where these were. Forgive the hideous wallpaper. That's all going to get redone when we redo the entire bathroom, but I don't know if you can see it, but it bulges out in a circle around each one of these because this was absolutely the wrong thing to use. On this other one, which is another 18-inch towel bar, I have tried to undo their damage by absolutely soaking that plaster that was bubbled up with a mixture of PVA glue and water just to try to stabilize it. And I have then, after that dried up, I have filled the holes with a compound that is supposed to take new screws, or new anchors in this case, because the anchors I'll be using are slightly smaller in diameter than these. And then I'll be able to go into the lath with those anchors. And then the metal bar that goes on top that mounts the actual towel rack should make this work. I'm only doing 2 in case this does not work. If this does not work, then I can easily drill these out and drill through the lathe and get a heavier duty anchor that actually, 3/16 anchor that turns into metal bar that'll catch the lath on either side. Hopefully that'll work and they don't interfere with each other. And I'll just have to use a larger screw than the towel holder is designed for, and hopefully that'll work. But if they had just had someone professional install these, or just asked a professional what to use, we wouldn't have all this damage. You don't use one of those ginormous drywall anchors in plaster and lath. You just don't. So what could have been a 20-minute project is going to be, several hours. Anyway, back to the regular scheduled dehacking of things, back with the amps.